Previously on Atomic Heart. The hot and the algal canisters were acquired, but 2 more remained. Sadly, the parts that P3 could access before were locked out.
Presented as a valid document. 10% of cases require a follow-up analysis a week later.
What's this crap?
Sprouts were designed as highly efficient feed for large livestock. But there's something wrong with this sprout.
I suspect that it's why there are mutants here. A good thing that one of your weapons can burn.
A killer chicken. Now I've seen it all.
Not the first one you've encountered.
Attracting their attention is not advised.
Too late.
Congratulations on your promotion, Comrade Zolotukhin. Deputy Director of the Vavilov Complex is a very important position. Right now, our primary goal is to provide the Soviet people with sustenance, which requires great attention. But very, very soon, mankind's first steps into outer space will begin right here as well. As an outstanding botanist, you will be tasked with overseeing the creation of entire systems of plants designed to terraform the surfaces of other worlds. Comrade Sechenov and I had a talk earlier, and we're both delighted that you have joined our team. You see, Vic, we do not just want to plant corn on the moon. We want to take a bite of a bigger apple on Mars.
I've got a personal request for you, Vic. The Pavlov complex is in the middle of a big polymer study right now, and humdrum though it may seem, they're short of testing sites. Could you do me a favor and put a small department off in a remote wing somewhere? They just need to observe how animals behave in a polymer soup. It's top secret, of course, but just about everything in your complex is top secret, isn't it? Pavlov will start sending you the polymer in vats first. We'll build a pipeline just as soon as the Ministry of Finance approves it. Thank you in advance.
Comrade Zolotukhin, my dear colleague, We haven't really had a chance to get acquainted yet, but I assure you, if you attend our theater under my guidance, you'll never forget the name Lastoshkin. I've got a little favor to ask you. Could you send us a few of those fascinating flowers of yours? The theater just isn't green enough, and it could use a little more exoticism, if you catch my drift. A little bird told me you've got some creeping bushes now. I'd love to have a dozen of those to wow my VIPs with. I'll make it worth your while, of course. Sincerely yours, Stefan Lastoshkin.
Yeah, that last one definitely sounds like someone who works in the performing arts.
Ooh, cold. What's with this place?
Its purpose is to study how living things can survive in a vacuum.
So it's for planting crops on the moon and stuff.
Among other things, yes. The research conducted here applies to a wide range of subjects, from primitive single-celled plant life to livestock and other animals.
It looks like it wasn't just the robots that went wrong. So that's where the sprouts came from, which also created mutants. Yes, whenever you see those, shoot them to prevent more from... Yes, shoot them to prevent more from turning up.
That's some neat fish you've got in that aquarium.
Attention. Few applications can now be submitted for non-working weekend days. Medium to high social credit employees only.
it just me, or are the guys at Pavlov just sending us junk?
You're just not getting it. They've got different polymers over there with different characteristics. We go traits into polymers here, but over there they splice them in. Does that make sense?
Don't get too smart, buddy. Or, well, medicina non cacus est, you know?
Yeah, I hear ya. Oh, crap. I keep turning my chirper on with my elbow by mistake. I hope they get rid of that function in the next update.
What a goddamn clusterfuck.
Experimental data must be kept secure at all times.
Greetings, Valentin Demyanovich.
Who? Me?
The computer mistook you for the head of this laboratory.
Reminder, it is time for you to take your blood pressure medication. Playing an excerpt from an automated recording of your last work shift.
Yes, that's much better. Opera is doing wonders for me. Definitely. So, on with my log. Day 783. Where was I? Ah, yes. At first, it was extremely difficult for me not to pay any attention to this circle of life, as they call it. But then I realized there's something of an art form to it. Circle of life, indeed. Why did they even have to invent a name like that? Their superiors think that propaganda increases productivity. So to them, their employees are nothing but mindless swine, like these animals. Well, this isn't killing, it's just maintaining the circle of life. You know what, Oliver? Even if we're just swine, who gave us the right to mistreat the other swine, right? I'm awfully sorry for you. I truly am. God knows it's true. You died, a hero.
Yeah, the handle's attached.
I'm thinking about building you a memorial. I promise, I will. Sometimes I think that when put to question,
Hope I didn't get anything mixed up.
the convulsions themselves become a kind of dance of death. After all, new pigs keep being born, and yet the same pig keeps on dying. It can't be right. Or can it? To hell with it. I should ask to be transferred to another department, if only temporarily. No.
Spinning.
Keep your claws off
That should do the trick.
Not this recording. Oh, okay, I'll switch it off.
Yeah, what you need to do is to keep closing the chambers that have animals filled with, well, just with the animals. Some of them aren't filled with polymer. Yes, they're all in here. And all of the lights there need to be green before you can move forward.
Attention. All staff members who receive their notice are to report to social control by end of day. Failure to report will be considered an aggravating circumstance.
Fuck. Did I just kill all of them?
It's standard to the manufacturing process. It's where the polymer's organic components come from.
Wow, good job that there are no Hindus in your world that know about this, or witnessing this would start a riot, or even knowing what it's made from.
Saving data.
It's huge. I've never seen so many planters in one place before.
This is where they grow the plants that will be used to terraform the Moon, Mars, and Venus.
But right now it's not working for shit. We need to find the control panel. Shit. Nothing but dead bodies.
There's a power activation laser relay on the wall.
Okay, I can deal with that. But I will never get used to this shit.
Authorization. Major Nechayev, codename P3, access granted.
What will it be, Major? Weapons?
Right, Comrade Major. If they get too close, freeze them faster than a blizzard in a Siberian winter.
Communist Party property. Damaging, misappropriating, or handing said equipment over to third parties constitutes a crime against the party and is punishable by law.
good call. Best to take care of those before you start what's likely to cause trouble for you.
Authorization. Major Nechayev, codename.
Employee number 403267A, convicted of the unauthorized distribution of confidential data, is ordered to report to social control immediately.
Saving data.
There we go. So how do I fill the canister?
The canister fills with cryopolymer automatically. We just need to wait.
That sounds a little too easy. Looks like we've got company. I knew there was no way we could just wait patiently for this thing.
Successfully filled with cryopolymer.
You don't say. Finally.
Data saved. Attention, employees. Access to the pesticide workshop is now available.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Babylon. The graduate students have come up with a new pastime. They're playing tic-tac-toe on the breeding beds. One of them plants corn, and the other plants tomatoes. And they go back and forth like that. I was going to chew them out, but then I realized it's actually a decent little game. It's like a whole new kind of chess. What do you think about opening an agricultural gaming club?
I sure love these goddamn canisters of yours. You guys never get sick of shoving them into things.
Well, it's a tradition.
Yeah, well, maybe you should think about reevaluating your traditions. If I see one more canister...
Saving data.
At some point I was so racked by doubt about the usefulness of science, I nearly gave up. I was among the first to receive those photographs. Bombs. Remember? America, Japan. I remember my thoughts. They were coldly quite rational. The uranium fission reaction is accompanied by gamma radiation that attacks living cells. I thought about how many of those who didn't die instantly would die of radiation poisoning. I thought about Ground Zero. It would remain rife with death and disease. Then I suddenly imagined I was the man who created that weapon. Not Oppenheimer, but me, Dmitri Sechenov. It was only through sheer force of will that I brought myself to remain faithful to my calling. At some point, I was so racked by doubt about the usefulness of science, I nearly gave up. I was among the first to receive those photographs. Bombs. Remember? America, Japan. I remember my thoughts.
So the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki happened in this universe as well. I can understand why you'd say that. Science and determination harnessed purely for destruction. And yes, I can see that. There are many robots here. Thankfully, you have much to use against them.
Watch out!
Ooh. It looks like it definitely worked. Yeah, since you're low on power, ready the boomstick. Besides, it's set up for... This would be good if you wanted to take the more subtle approach, but I think this way is more fun. Over here! Cool, wasn't it? Yeah, it'd make more sense to get whatever's on the other side from the other side. Let's see what we have here besides a chest. Let's see what's in that chest. Well, that's good. To sheep them with.
Did you hear that?
I hear everything you hear, Major.
So, what do you think?
Crispy critters!
Quiet, damn it! There's something dangerous up ahead. And that's my fucking line.
Indeed. But we still need to get that canister of pesticide polymer.
The pesticide workshop is where crucial research into crop protection is carried out. Many of the experimental crops developed in lab conditions have weakened immunity in favor of increased productivity or ease of cultivation. It is this shop's mission to ensure that new crops will be safe from crop-destroying pests. In light of new developments in the field of polymer crop increasing demand for novel types of herbicides, the chemical in a matter of hours. Despite the fact that Vavilov complex scientists take every precaution when developing new plant species, incidents can still take place. Sometimes lab-produced results can differ from what agricultural scientists see in actual practice. For example, the much-discussed sprouts have developed unexpected behaviors that dangerously invasive.
It was especially entertaining, of course, to read the reports from
Where will P3 find the last canister? And how much harder could it be? Find out next time on Atomic Hearts.